Even as Ms. Rousseff's supporters celebrated her victory, large banks and hedge funds expressed their distrust of the president with a sell-off, pushing down Brazil's main stock index by 3.7% and clipping the currency by 2.7%. Brazil is emerging from an election that has revealed a rift between economic classes. The level of tension is remarkably high, accentuating a loss of confidence among the president's big economic interests. In the final vote tally, Ms. Rousseff took 51.64% against 48.36% for her rival. It was the smallest margin of victory in any presidential election since democracy was reestablished in the 1980s, after 2 decades of military rule. Ms. Rousseff, a former Marxist guerrilla who rose to prominence as a top aide to the president from 2003 to 2010, seemed to signal in her victory speech that changes were needed to calm a nation unnerved by the campaigning, which involved comparisons on both sides to Nazis and heated accusations of corruption. In mature democracies, unity does not mean monolithic action, Ms. Rousseff told her supporters. I want to be a better president than I've been until now, she said. While some in Brazil's middle and upper classes might wish otherwise, few changes are expected in the popular anti-poverty programs that have shielded poor Brazilians from an economic slowdown, with the unemployment rate remaining low even as the economy went into recession this year. But Ms. Rousseff has signaled other changes, including the appointment of a new finance minister. That could open the way for a shift away from policies that have created ire in Brazil's business establishment, like price controls on fuel in a bid to keep inflation from accelerating. In addition to the class tension, the election also exposed geographic fissures, reflected by the strong showing of the centrist challenger Ms. Neves in São Paulo and states in the southern Brazil compared with Ms. Rousseff's sweep of the states in the north and northeast, where recipients of social welfare programs broadly backed the incumbent. Ms. Rousseff will now have to look beyond the class struggle rhetoric of her campaign and show whether she can regain the trust of the South and the Southeast. While some in Brazil's financial markets are fuming over the sluggish economy, others expressed optimism about Ms. Rousseff's new term. Executives at 2 of Brazil's largest banks issued statements applauding her for saying she was open to dialogue. A major test will lie in how Ms. Rousseff handles a scandal over the huge bribery scheme at Petrobras, the state-controlled oil company, in which a former executive has testified about channeling bribes to her Workers' Party. She has already acknowledged wrongdoing at the oil giant, which remains an anchor of her vision for guiding Brazil's economic development. Reporting live from Brazil, John Castleberry.